Adamnán or Adamnán of Iona, also known as Eunan, was an abbot of Iona Abbey, hagiographer, statesman, canon, jurist, and saint. He was the author of the most important book on the life of his cousin St Columba and the promulgator of the Law of Adomnán or Law of Adomnán. Life. Adamnán was born about 624, a relative on his father's side of Columba. He was the son of Ronan Mactin by Ronald, a woman from the northern Uene-Acutil lineage known as the Cene-Acutil Nenda. Adamnán's birthplace was Raphoe, a town in County Donegal in Ulster. Some of Adamnán's childhood anecdotes seem to confirm at least an upbringing in this area. It is thought that Adamnán may have begun his monastic career at a Columban monastery called Drumtuama, but any Columban foundation in Northern Ireland Del Riata is a possibility, although Darrow is a stronger possibility than most. He probably joined the Columban Familia around the year 640. Some modern commentators believe that he could not have come to Iona until sometime after the year 669, the year of the accession of failed Mac Pipain, the first abbot of whom Adamnán gives any information. However, Richard Sharp argues that he probably came to Iona during the abbacy of Sagan. Wherever Adamnán received his education, Adamnán attained a level of learning rare in early medieval Northern Europe. It has been suggested by Alfred Smith that Adamnán spent some years teaching and studying at Darrow, and while this is not accepted by all scholars, it remains a strong possibility. In 679, Adamnán became the ninth abbot of Iona after Columba. Abbot Adamnán enjoyed a friendship with King Aldfrith of Northumbria. In 684, Aldfrith had been staying with Adamnán in Iona. In 686, after the death of Aldfrith's brother King Ecgfrith of Northumbria and Aldfrith's succession to the kingship, Adamnán was in the kingdom of Northumbria on the request of King Finn's Nectar Fledach of Braga in order to gain the freedom of 60 Gaels who had been captured in a Northumbrian raid 2 years before. Adamnán, in keeping with Ionan tradition, made several more trips to the lands of the English during his abbacy, including one the following year. It is sometimes thought, after the account given by Bede, that it was during his visits to Northumbria, under the influence of Abbot Ceolfrith, that Adamnán decided to adopt the Roman dating of Easter that had been agreed some years before at the Synod of Whitby. Bede implies that this led to a schism at Iona, whereby Adamnán became alienated from the Iona brethren and went to Ireland to convince the Irish of the Roman dating. Geoffrey Wetherell sees Adamnán's long absences from Iona as having led to something of an undermining of his authority. He was thus unable to persuade the monks to adopt the Roman dating of Easter, let alone the tonsure. It is clear that Adamnán did adopt that Roman dating, and moreover, probably did argue the case for it in Ireland. Cain Adamnán. In 697, it is generally believed that Adamnán promulgated the Cain Adamnán, meaning literally the canons or Law of Adomnán. The Cain Adamnán was promulgated amongst a gathering of Irish, Dalriatin and Pictish notables at the Synod of Birr. It is a set of laws designed, among other things, to guarantee the safety and immunity of various types of non-combatants in warfare. For this reason it is also known as the Law of Adomnán. Works. Adamnán's most important work, and the one for which he is best known, is the Vita Columbae, a hagiography of Iona's founder, St Columba, probably written between 697 and 700. The format borrows to some extent from Sulpicius Severus's Life of St Martin of Tours. Adamnán adapted traditional forms of Christian biography to group stories about Columba thematically rather than chronologically. and present Columba as comparable to a hero in Celtic mythology. Wetherell suggests that one of the motivations for writing the Vita was to offer Columba as a model for the monks, and thereby improve Adomnán's standing as abbot. The biography is by far the most important surviving work written in early medieval Scotland, and is a vital source for our knowledge of the Picts, as well as a great insight into the life of Iona and the early medieval Gaelic monk. However, the Vita was not his only work. Adamnán also read the treatise De Locis Sanctis, an account of the great Christian holy places and centres of pilgrimage. Adamnán got much of his information from a Frankish bishop called Arculf, who had personally visited Egypt, Rome, Constantinople and the Holy Land, and visited Iona afterwards. Adamnán gave a copy to the scholar King Aldfrith of Northumbria. Also attributed to him is a good deal of Gaelic poetry, including a celebration of the Pictish King Bride's victory over the Northumbrians at the Battle of Dunnectin. Adamnán died in 704, and became a saint in Scottish and Irish tradition, as well as one of the most important figures in either Scottish or Irish history. His death and feast day are commemorated on the 23rd of September. Along with St Columba, he is joint patron of the Diocese of Raphoe, which encompasses the bulk of County Donegal in the northwest of Ireland. The Cathedral of St Eunan and St Columba, the Catholic cathedral in the diocese, is in Letterkenny. Legacy. In his native Donegal, the saint has given his name to several institutions and buildings, including the Cathedral of St. Eunan and St Columba in Letterkenny, Co. Donegal, the current seat of the Bishop of Raphoe. The Anglican Cathedral Church of St. Eunan in Raphoe, Donegal. St Eunan's NS, a national school in the town of Raphoe, Donegal. St Eunan's College of Secondary School in Letterkenny. St Eunan's NS, a national school in the small village of Leahy, just south of Donegal town. St Eunan's GAA, a GAA club in Letterkenny, County Donegal.